here you have Chaz. He's perfect for Bethany. We've known him just about his whole life. We love his mom and dad. His mom, you might not know, has been the music director at the school where the girls attended all their lives, and so they've grown up knowing Miss Carmen, and she's incredibly special to them. Chaz is the kind of person that you look to, listen to this, at the end of a big group discussion for an evaluation of all the points and a fair judgment on who's actually right. You know?
Law school, he achieved, graduated in his top class. He debated nationally against colleges and universities. He was the #1 debater and the #1 public speaker. Yeah, I'm bragging on you, son. Okay. Out of all the accolades that he has achieved, his best one is sitting next to him. And I mean that.
I think whenever I found out that you guys were dating, not only do you look just like my dad, that I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. But I was also like, you know what, Bethany, it makes sense because Bethany is so much like Miss Carmen. And I've always thought that my whole life.
Everybody, all of Chaz's teachers, 5th grade, 6th grade, all the way to when he graduated, everybody said Chaz is going to be president one day. And so I always thought, well, who could the Lord bring alongside of him to, if God gave you a mantle like that?
And so here's Bethany, the one that I've loved her whole life. She's perfect for Chaz.
Yeah.
She's always loved the Lord with all her heart. I've always been able to brag to people that my daughters love God more than I do. She's honored us her whole life. She's honored her family. She's been faithful to her family. If you've ever heard her lead worship, then you know that that's what she's called to. And when she sings, the presence of God comes. I've told her all her life that her name is special because people in the Bible who need extra grace would go out to the town of Bethany. It's where Jesus actually liked to hang out quite a bit. There was a leper colony nearby Bethany, so it was a place that people could go and know that they weren't going to be rejected. And so her middle name is Grace, and I would always just tell her, you're not just Grace, you're Bethany Grace.
Bethany is the person that you want standing next to you, and she is genuine and selfless, and she's a peacemaker and sometimes an instigator, but we'll talk about that another time.
Beth, I love that you make people so comfortable. You are stunningly gorgeous, and you don't even realize the realm of your beauty, and you are so quick to make every person feel like they're the most important person in the room. And you've done that for me personally, and I cannot fathom what you guys are going to do together. I pray that God will bless everything you touch.
Bethany, your whole life, you've just been this little girl that just goes on and makes everybody feel so special. I was with you every day. And then to think that as I'm praying for my son's bride, that God would bring you. I wasn't even thinking big enough. You're just it. You are like everything I ever prayed for, but so much more.
Just tell Chaz this one last thing. She's precious to her mommy. She's precious to her daddy. And she's precious to Jesus. And we all love her. And she'll now be precious to you.
If there's anything in my life that I could ever want, more than I would want anything for myself, is that my sisters and that Bethany has somebody who loves her more than anything in the world.
Chaz, the way you love Bethany makes me so happy to call you my brother.
Your hearts are great. You know, the purity that you carry, I think everybody in this place would be a witness to the purity that is on both of y'all's lives.
The fact that she's marrying into you guys is just insane, and it's only God. It's only His hand.
We're gathered here in the sight of God and the presence of these witnesses to unite Chaz and Bethany in holy marriage. Her mother and I happily bring her to be married to this man.
I'll kiss you.
Yeah.
We're standing here.
Entreat me not to leave you,
Treat me not to leave you,
nor to return from following you.
nor to return from following you.
For where you go, I will go.
For where you go, I will go.
And where you lodge, I will lodge.
And where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people will be my people. Your God, my God.
I love you, baby.
You all right?
I love you. We're gonna do a good job. I love you. There is not a trouble that can stop you from loving. There's not a hardship. There's not a persecution. There's no famine that can stop you from loving one another. Love cannot fail because God is love.
I'm just so blessed. Like, it just beyond my wildest dreams. I love him so much.
I love you too, babe. I was legitimately afraid that I would never find someone that I truly love, that I would never find someone that I want to grow old with, that I would never find someone that I would want to call my best friend to share all my intimate thoughts with. And, you know, I can sit here today and say I found her, and I love her.
Of course, we want to extend a thanks to all of our friends who are watching online. And finally, we want to thank Facebook themselves for making something like this possible. I don't know if you know this yet, Chaz, but all the coincidences that led to June 4th being the day of your wedding. She wakes up to a notification that it was your 9th year friendiversary today. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I pronounce you husband and wife. For the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Chaz Coleman. That's it.
One blink and it's over. Wake up, we're older tonight. We're kings and queens. Stop. Take a breath. Close your eyes.
Thank y'all.
Love you so much.
We love y'all. Bye.
It's beautiful.
Go Tigers! Woo! Beat Bama.
Love like we never